I read a book called The Rickshaw Boy a few months ago, one of the few that I've actually read this year that wasn't a required reading. And I came across a passage in it that really appealed to me in the way that the man who was writing expressed what it was like for a young man to be making love for the first time. The main character is a Chinese man, and he's being presented with the opportunity. In fact, he's being wooed by someone that ordinarily he would not see as someone available to him, and yet he's being courted. He's a young, strong man. He's proud of what he can do. He's proud of the efforts that he's making to take care of himself and earn a living and become independent. And the young woman is the daughter of his master, his boss. And he's been invited to come and have tea after a long day of work. Only it's not tea, it's wine. And so he drinks this wine. And ordinarily he would have been a bit afraid of Tiger Girl. Now, there wasn't the slightest thing about her to be afraid of. I guess that was because of the wine. On the contrary, he himself had become transformed and realized suddenly how awe-inspiring and strong he really was. In comparison, the vaunted Tiger Girl was like a soft little kitten whose smooth fur he was stroking. He was really intimidated with her before this particular incident happened. The taunt, the edge of sarcasm, the mean disdain had gone out of her now, and he could feel only the hot admiration she had for his strength and the submissiveness with which she sought his comfort. He had not known how much the glare of the light had bothered him until she turned it out, nor how tightly he had rolled and knotted the stomach band at the top of his trousers until she had untied it for him. It seemed natural, too, that in the darkness she would have no need of silk or rippling crepe. And he could be freer still. Ages ago he had forgotten what she looked like. He could not see her face, but could only feel how avid her breath was as her hands showed him a place that was made for him. So it was that he came to pin down the thing that had been flaunted at him. All his strength now had a purpose, and even his anger had a way to spend itself. The light outside had come into the room, and all the heavens were black. Suddenly a white planet pricked its way through the silver river, painting a path across the darkness, carrying its tail of red fire floating softly or sticking out hard and straight behind it, streaking directly down or cutting across the arc of the sky. Sometimes its trembling shivered the universe with brightness and heat, rending the darkness with sharp flashes of light. Then all the stars of the firmament would fall in a final explosion that would shake the void of autumn night. 10,000 flickering points would be caught in confusion, and then grow dim and dark and quiet, until after a long time a new planet would stab across the horizon, thrusting itself forward through 10,000 heavens in a fierce radiance of joy. But it too would come to the end of its quiescence. The night would gather it in, and quietly, lazily, the multitude of stars found their own proper places, and the breeze of an autumn night smiled in its coolness. Outside there was now only an occasional firefly, seeking a mate before the winter should end its time, and playing the while as well as it could at being itself a star.